Okay guys, we are on day 2 of solving systems of inequalities. Now, when we are graphing systems of inequalities, they may not always start us out where they are in slope-intercept form. So there's going to be some times where we have to manipulate the equation to get y by itself. Also, when we are working with inequalities, if we have to multiply or divide by a negative number, we are going to have to flip the inequality. So if it is a greater than, it'll become a less than. If it's less than, it'll become a greater than. So flip the inequality after multiplying or dividing, whichever one you do, both sides by a negative number. Okay, so first things first, let's get each equation into slope-intercept form with an inequality. So take that first equation where we have x plus 2y is less than 6. Okay. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and subtract x from both sides so that I can move it over to the other side of the equation. So I've got 2y is less than negative x plus 6. And now I didn't multiply or divide by a negative number, so I did not flip the inequality. Yes, I subtracted something, but the rules say if we are multiplying or dividing, which that we have not done by a negative number. Okay. Then to continue to get y by itself, I'm going to divide every term by that coefficient of 2. Okay. So then we have y is less than negative 1 over 2x plus 3. Okay, again, I did not flip the inequality because I did not divide or multiply by a negative number. Instead, I divided by positive 2. So no need for flipping the inequality in that one. So, all right. Yeah. And then on this one here, we have a dashed line. And y is less than, so we are going to shade below. All right, so let's go ahead and graph that one. Starting my y-intercept is at positive 3, and down 2, nope, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, and that's going to be a dashed line through there. Okay. When we do shade, we are going to be shading below this one. So let me go ahead and do that now so I don't forget to shade it. All right, now to do our second equation, our second equation is 5x minus 2y is less than or equal to 6. Okay. Here, I'm going to first subtract 5x from both sides. So these eliminate on the left side. So I have negative 2y less than or equal to negative 5x plus 6. Now we are going to divide every value by negative 2. And now that we are dividing by a negative 2, this is where we're going to see that we're going to flip that inequality. Okay. These here reduce to 1, so now we have y is greater than or equal to, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, 5 over 2x minus 3. Okay. All right, this time it is a solid line, and this time we are going to shade above. All right, so starting at -3, that's our first point, that's our y-intercept. And we go up 5, right 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. Okay, draw that solid line. And on that one, we're going to shade above that. And we are going to be looking for the area that overlaps with the red and the blue, and that's where our solutions are. Okay, so our solutions will be in this section here. Again, solutions can be on the solid line, so this could be a solution, but solutions cannot be on a dashed line, so this one here could not be a solution. Okay. All right, so let's go on to do number 2 together. Okay, number 2, the first equation we have is y is less than -1. Okay, there is no x value, which means this is one of our special case graphs, and in this case it is going to be a horizontal graph. That was explained in the intro yesterday, and this is something we did talk about in class before. All right, so I'm going to go and find -1 on the y-axis. Okay. And drawing a horizontal, and this is a dashed line. And we are going to shade below on this one. So I'm going to draw a dashed line. And on this one, I'm going to shade everything below because I need y values that are smaller than -1. And -3 is smaller than -1. 0, however, is not smaller than -1, so I do not want to shade where y equals 0. Okay. All right, our second equation is x minus y is greater than 3. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract x from both sides. So we have -y is greater than -x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to divide every term by -1 so I can remove that negative from the y, and that y can be positive. So then we've got y is now less than positive x minus 3. Okay. So on this one here, there is a slope, even though you don't see it. It is understood to be 1. Okay. This is an x here. All right, so now on this one, we're going to start at -3. -1, 2, 3. From there, we are going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Okay. Draw a dashed line all the way through our coordinate plane. And in this case, we are going to shade below. And our solutions for this one would be in this section here. Okay? All right, I am going to leave these next 2 on this front page for you to do. Let's turn it over to the back side and let's get through one of the word problems together. Okay? All right, so we can even model real-world problems with systems of inequalities. Let's model the following word problems with systems of inequalities and then make sense of their graphs. So we are going to have to write equations. So we're going to have to come up with all the information that, God bless you, that we need here. So Steve is going to have friends over. He's going to buy some bags of chips and some cases of soda. Okay, so we've got chips and we've got soda. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let X represent chips and Y represents soda. Okay. Chips cost $2 and cases of soda cost $5. He wants to spend under $35. Also, he knows that he needs at least 4 cases of soda. Create and graph a system of inequalities to show his purchasing options. Okay, a system of inequalities. That means there's going to be 2 equations and something has to tell us that it's greater than or less than. So let's see, he wants to spend under $35. So that means whatever he spends will be, the amount that he spends will be less than $35. Okay. He also knows that he needs at least 4 cases of soda. So when he's talking about soda, he's got to have 4 cases at least. So the soda has to be greater than or equal to 4. Okay. All right. So let's go look at the stuff that he's spending here. So he's spending some money on chips. Chips is X. Okay. And each bag of chips costs $2. So 2X plus the soda is Y, and each case of soda costs $5. Okay, so there's our first equation. Our second one, it's just saying that he has to have the soda has to be more than 4, and the variable for soda is Y. So Y is going to be greater than or equal to 4. Okay. Looking at the first equation, I need to get Y by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2X from both sides. So I've got 5Y is less than negative 2X plus 35. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and divide everything by 5. And since it's not a negative number, I don't have to worry about flipping the inequality. It's going to stay the same. So we've got Y is less than negative 2 over 5X plus 7. Okay. All right. This one here is going to be a dashed line. And it is going to be shading below. Oops, didn't mean to switch to black there. This one here, there's no X value, which means it's going to be one of our special cases. So when it's just a Y and no X, it'll be a horizontal. If it was just X and no Y, then it would be a vertical line. So this one here, we're going to have, this is our equation. Y is already by itself. So this one here is going to be a solid line. And Y is going to be greater than 4, so we are going to shade above. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and graph that first one. Starting at positive 7. And go down to right 5. Down to right 5. Okay. That's a dashed line. All right, let's go ahead and shade that. And I'm only going to shade to the 0. And the reason that I'm only even thinking about that is because I can't buy negative stuff. Okay, I can only buy actual items that are above 0. I can't go to the store and say, I want to buy negative 2 bags of chips. You know, that's not going to work. Okay, now let's go look at the soda. Okay, so with the soda, we are going to start where Y is 4. And this one is going to be a solid line, and it's going to be a horizontal line. And on that one there, we are going to shade above. Whoa, that's something new. Okay, and what we are looking for is the area where it overlaps, because those are the different possibilities where we can buy something. Okay, so when I'm looking at which places does it overlap, that is between this area here, this is a solid line, and this is a dashed line. Okay. This is the area that we're looking at where we can pick from. So if he wanted to buy, let's say, chips is X, so I'm going to go ahead and put chips down here, and soda over here. If he wanted to buy 5 bags of chips and 4 cases of soda, could he do that? So let's see. 5 bags of chips and 4 cases of soda. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that work? Yes, because it lands on a solid line. So he can buy 5 bags of chips and 4 cases of soda. Okay, what if he wanted to buy 3 bags of chips and 8 cases of soda? Well, let's see. 3 bags of chips and 8 cases of soda. That there does not work. Okay, so that option is not going to be valid for him. Okay, well, what if I know that I'm just looking in that area where it's purple? And here's another thing. It's actually not even going to be this area here. Same reason as this stuff that I didn't shade down here, is because that's below 0. We can't have negative numbers. Okay, so what if he said, I'm going to buy 1 bag of chips and 5 cases of soda. Okay, well, here's 1 bag of chips and then 5 cases of soda. Could he do that? Yeah, he could buy 1 bag of chips and 5 cases of soda. Okay, what if he said, what's another one? Well, this one right here would work. Okay, so right there, how many bags of chips did he buy there? Well, he bought 3 bags of chips and 5 cases of soda. So he can also do that. Okay. All right. So what you're doing is you are going to do this next word problem and come up with some different options that he can have. When you've completed this worksheet, make sure that you upload it to Canvas. If you're missing any of the other one from the other green worksheet, please make sure that you complete that and upload them, because they are being graded. All right, you guys have a great afternoon and use the rest of this class time to finish up this.